Hello and welcome to Michael Pepper Tech. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about smartphone camera comparisons, and I want you guys to keep in mind some things throughout this video. Yes, this is a discussion. Yes, I'm not doing a camera comparison in this video, but I want you guys to look at other people's camera comparisons. I want you guys to keep some things in mind when you see these and kind of have this video to help you to actually be informed and to kind of look at these differently and maybe consider not watching these camera comparisons the way that they structure them and how you can watch them and actually get educated by them. So first off, I want to say this is not aimed at anybody in particular, but I've noticed that a lot of people are doing these multi-camera rigs where they set them up. First issue with that is that you are not getting the same angle, and also due to different focal lengths of the lenses, even if they're using the same main sensor and same size of sensor, there are different things to consider with this, and one being the focal length, and that will affect the framing. And by not having every photo be from the same perspective at the same depth, you are not really comparing the cameras, you're comparing the different lighting. And what I mean is you're outside and you're at different angles, so the scene is different. As hard as you may try to line those up, even if you're taking a photo on a tripod, taking the camera off, taking another one, and then back and forth, they're not going to be identical. In order to truly compare these cameras, these should be done in a studio situation in which every aspect can be controlled apart from the camera. If we think back to the days as a student in school and you're taking science classes, what do they teach you about an experiment? There should be one difference. That one difference in these instances are the camera. So every other aspect needs to be identical. Lighting, the framing of the scene, the objects, the textures, the angles, the distance to the subject, and you have to consider the differences in the sensor sizes and the comparative to like a 35 millimeter comparative. They give you these numbers. The reason why I believe that most people don't do these type of studies, and the reason why I am not doing these studies yet, is the amount of space that it would require. Because lighting is a simple thing to cover. You can get cheap lighting. You can get decent lighting. I think I have okay lighting in here, and I'm just using Philips Hue lights. Yeah, there's a shadow behind me because I have the white, but that bounces it and it fills in, and it creates depth. And those are things to consider. If you are going to be shooting these, as a creator, you should be in a studio where you control the lighting, where the only variables are the device, where you frame everything identical because the tripod is in place and you move forward and backwards in order to make sure that what you are capturing is the same between devices. If you think about it, when people have these multi-rigs where there's like a device here and a device here, a device here, 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 and here, some people have 4 or 5 devices. There is a significant difference between the camera from here to even here is enough of a difference to make, let alone inches or sometimes a couple feet between them. These are things that we need to consider when we record and as a viewer when we are watching these comparisons, because if we want to really know which device is going to take the better photo in that scenario, then that scenario needs to be identical. And we are doing ourselves a disservice by not having those be that way. So what can we do about it? Well, as creators, we can think about these things when we are making these comparisons. And as viewers, when we watch these comparisons and we know that, oh, they're using these rigs or they're doing that type of thing, instead of comparing side by side, we can simply watch the video through and look at how well or how poorly. We can look at, let's say, the Pixel 6 photos when we watch it the first time and look at those and look at the scenario and look at the scene and see how well it takes it. And then we can look and we can watch it again. And when we watch it the second time, we can look at the iPhone photos and compare them. Same with video. And then let's say the next one is an S22 Ultra. We can look through and watch those. So do an individual analysis so that you don't have to account for that lining up. That's the way that we should be watching these, not the way that they do side by side, because that makes you believe that you are really viewing identical, and you are not. And so I hope that this benefits you, and I hope you guys kind of think about when you see these comparisons and you consider the variables and the principles that are being used. And why should you believe me when, these huge channels are doing these? Well, I'm a photographer, I'm a photo major, and some people, I just think they don't really necessarily think about these things. They're doing these comparisons, and yes, there's value there, and I'm not saying don't watch them, and I'm not being critical of them, but I think that we should be able to talk to each other as creators, and we should be able to inform each other when things should be better, because we are doing a disservice to those who are viewing our content if we cannot reach out and talk to each other and build a better understanding. And my goal is to benefit you, not only with my own content, by approaching other creators and hoping that they will too adjust maybe their methods to benefit their viewers for better experiences and better comparisons. And that is my goal. If you found this helpful, please give a big thumbs up. If you like this type of content, please subscribe. If you have other things you'd like me to discuss, or, what you thought about this, please comment down below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. I don't only talk tech, I live it, I explore it, I analyze it, and thanks for watching.